wasn't the price that I had on the term sheet, but no retail buyer is going to pick it up at that price, and I guess the 199 500 was I don't know. We could just go through the deal with Barbara and just get it taken care of, but I guess just trying to tell the realtor it's no retail buyer is going to buy that in the middle of nowhere. Suppose I guess in my opinion. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I told her texted Shoba and I told her. Oh, she said she has a place. She does not live there, so it was not real what you sent me before. I guess there's some confusion on this. I don't know what I might have messed something up, but um, okay. I guess.
Just, I mean, so what did her text last say to you? I couldn't really make out what you said.
Sorry. Darn it. I told her, or she said, "Good morning. I did not, or I received what you sent over, but you have on the purchase price of 199, not the actual sale price of the property. What is your previous proposal?" And I said, "Retail buyers will not be buying houses at that market price, and Barbara bought into a bad place of overpaying on her monthly mortgages. We want to move Barbara into St. Pete for 2K per month. We're trying to help her move. I'm hopping on a call with my buyer now." And then she said she has a place. She does not live there, so it was not real what you sent me before. I guess I might have confused. I guess her on that exactly because I don't know. I was just coming up with I guess a different price there because I guess with the retail buyer they're not wanting to pay
Oh,
that full
okay.
price. Might need to hop on a call with her and I guess have
Y-
some clarity.
Yeah. Don't worry. I mean, and also too, when you're presenting, offers to agents, like just act like, like we're the ones buying it because you make it seem like, like I don't know, like you're more so like an agent, like just stating that, like you're not really claiming yourself as being a buyer. Just try to do that. There's
Mhm.
so that's one issue. The second issue is don't stress about it too much. I'm just trying to see what our guy could offer, you know, this the agent and the seller, Shoba. Or no, Shoba's the agent, right?
Yes, yeah.
We could I'm just trying to see what we could with the best that we think that we could do for their situation. But like I said, I sent over the mortgage statements to him and the property. So I mean they're gonna look and see what the best they could do. I could probably hear something soon. I might not. I know you sent me over the sub two agreement, but I mean it's pretty much we're at at like a standstill because I want to see he's probably the most capable because again that's out of our area like
Right.
for short sale guys. That's something he could do. My guys that would be doing creative is more so in the Tampa Bay area, and that's like 3 hours north of where I'm at. So, and then we have Investor Lift too. I never sent anything out creative wise on Investor Lift. But I don't know if that would work. Probably. I don't know. But let's start first with getting a response from him and seeing what he could do if it's something that fits in his criteria.
Okay, so it's probably best just to I guess not contact her back until
Yeah, yeah, just
you
yeah,
find
don't
out.
yeah, don't well, yeah, I want to know what we say
Okay,
what he has to say about it and then go from there.
that sounds good.
Gotcha. Yeah, and again, for people who don't know, my name is Terrell. I work with Eric. I host the Zooms Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 to 12. I know I started a few minutes late here. But this Zoom is essentially for deal help, typical real estate questions and answers. I've been doing it for 3 years. Obviously, I haven't, I've only scratched the surface. I know Eric's been doing it for basically close, I think like 9 years. I think he might have started in 2016. I would say roughly is when he started. I started in like 2021, but obviously he has some years under his belt. He knows a little bit more than me, but I mean, I worked closely with him back in 2021 when I first started, and I've been kind of doing everything a year after that on my own, from like 2022 to now. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I can put it in the share my screen, do all that kind of stuff. Anything you guys got going on right now?
Yes, good morning, Terrell. I just sent you your direct message. If you could help me on that one, please.
Um, Through Discord? Or you mean in the hold on,
In
let
the
me
chat.
chat in the chat. I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't see that notification. Okay, in Winter Haven. Got it. All right, let me share my screen
Thank you.
here. Yep. What's the situation? Did you talk to the seller at all? Like, what's the
The agent,
our agent?
um, yeah, the 129. This needs a full rehab. Um, there is a tenant living in there. Well, it's a family friend living in there right now. I don't know how. Um, but he's living in there until they sell it.
Hmm. Okay. 1700 square feet. And then just waiting for these photos to load here.
And when I'm trying to comp it, I don't see any other houses that are 2 story.
Yeah, not many are in well, I haven't really explored Winter Haven too much, but like not typically, most I don't know the percentage wise, but typically most homes are just, single story um in my area. But like I said, I don't really look out in Winter Haven too much, but I'm assuming it's kind of like the same, the same type of thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'll comp this out and see. I'm just trying to think, where is Winter Haven actually? It's like hold on, I'm just looking on the map real quick, just seeing where it is. Oh, okay. Like so in between Lakeland and like Davenport area. Okay. All right, so yeah, let me look and see if there's any 3-bedroom homes that are, I guess this is like more so like wood frame throughout. Mm, 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 mm. All right, so remove boundary here. Let me zoom in. Mm, mm, mm. All right, what are we on? What street is this? 35th Street. Okay, so we're right over here. I'm not sure what side, if it's left or right, but it's besides the point. Um, what is this one here? I know it's a completely different style. I'm just curious to see if that was like a new build or not. Can't really tell. 1942. Okay, so not a new build. All right, but that was a flip. This one's 3-2 for 219. That 219 was on 38th Street. Looks like a mobile home. Yeah, it is a mobile home. You could tell with like you could kind of see like the line, like the white around it, so you could kind of see that's a mobile home. It's not like in the ground, Um,
Right.
193. This one looks like a flip, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,000 square feet. There'll be more additional photos on Realtor. But I would say this one looks like a flip, but I mean I can't tell until I go on Realtor.com and check it out. But I mean I could. All right, so it sold back in 2023 for 179 and then sold again for 193. So and then back before 2020 for 121. All right, let's see. Let's see. I mean, there's this. I don't know. 350, that's just kind of like I'm assuming I'm not sure if that was a duplex apartment. Yeah, most likely a duplex here. So one on both sides. I'm not sure if this is the total square feet here with the 1352. That sold off market for 350. Which I think is kind of high in that area for a 2 unit. But I could be wrong. I mean, this looks. I mean, again, this is a mobile home, but then we have like something like this that was built in 1942 and it sold for 245. So like, I don't know how the agent. Oh, I thought it was 199. Okay, so let's say. I mean, look at these photos here. A home like this. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how anyone is living in there. I'm not sure. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, that's when he told me he was living there. He said, yeah, he just goes there to sleep, and pretty much that's it. I'm like, oof, like I wouldn't even want to sleep in that thing, let alone like walk in it for 20 minutes.
yeah, this is pretty rough. Let me see what the street view kind of looks like if there is a picture of the street view.
And I
Um,
had found a couple comps, but they had, more square footage and more rooms and, not a two-story. So I just didn't know how about getting the comp for that. And the agent's saying that it's probably going to sell close to like 285 to 300,000 when it's done. And I said, you got to put at least 90,000 into it.
yeah. Nothing really going around on the street here. Um, this one looks like newer construction right down the road. I'm not sure exactly when it was built. All right. So, I mean, it could touch close to six figures in work. I mean, a home that size, 1,700 square feet. I mean, I don't even think 70 could get it done here. It's going to be more so closer to 90 to 100K. Let's say it's 100K rehab. I mean, it looks like it's probably would you, yeah. I mean, it's a big home. Let's say 100K rehab. I don't see the 285 to 300. I mean, I mean, maybe when we rebuilt 1930. This was built in 1945, I think. Always good to use comps that are like you're roughly 10 years apart. But I mean, this one, is a little bit down the road. We're on 35th, and this one's right over here on 31st Street. So not too far, maybe like a 2 minute drive if that. Um, but like I mean, I'll push this up to like 2,000 and we'll see. Let me see 1,000 to 2,000. I mean, let's see if there's anything else. Not, I don't know. Let me click out click here. All right, so we got some more. So this is 382. That's a 2 unit. You can see two entries right there, 2 bedroom, 1 bath on both sides. This one's 335, 33, 1690. All right, let me see. 1980. Um, mm, mm, mm. This one, it looks like new construction here for 305. You just tell how it looks. To 2024. So 305 for new construction. Um, Another new construction here, probably within the same year between 2022. This style 2022 to 2024 year built. So let's see, 2024. So 300,000 for that. It's a 3.2. This one a little bit, I would say earlier 2000s or maybe like 2012. 2024. Okay. For that style here, 3.2. So 275 for 20. All right. Or 274. 275 for this one here, 1920. I'm not sure if this was, I would have to look and see if this was updated or not. 150 off market, then sells for 245. All right, let me look and see on Realtor to see the pictures. So like I could never like as a like we're looking at it right now, Anthony, and we could clearly see that new construction selling for anywhere from 270 to 300. So like I don't think the house, I mean, and those size houses are like 1,600 square feet, so like it's
Mhm.
hard to say like, oh, that's what the ARV is going to be. I mean, I mean, I don't know what comps the agent has. They usually always like to ask, if they're getting a crazy number. Let's say if I got an ARV of like 220 with the agent saying, oh, 280 to 300 all day. It's like, I'll be like, I'm not really seeing that. I mean, do you have any comps so I just to help me understand where you're coming from, blah, blah, blah. And
Right.
so that's usually what I would ask. A bit realistically, I mean, anywhere from 270 to 300 is not going to happen unless those new constructions were like maybe 1,200 square feet, then I could probably see why he's getting an ARV close to where new construction is selling. But these new constructions are like 1,600 I've been seeing, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 1,687. You have this one here, another 1,687. Yeah, right down the road from, so 1,303, and then we have 1,309. So same thing. This one, 1,300 square feet. I mean, and this one looks like new construction too. So there are a lot of new construction in the area, 2024. Okay, so this style. All right, new construction. Um, I don't know. probably around like the mid mark of 250, I would say.
Okay.
I know this one's a little bit newer, but let's say it's anywhere from 245 to 250. Let's say 250. We'll do the 0.75. We're at 187, and then this home probably needs about like 100K in work. So we're at like 80, 87. Maybe 90K in work, I don't know. But an offer price would probably be, anywhere from like from like 80 to 90,000, and then trying to find somebody at like 100. Um you probably get away with 90,000, and then at finding a buyer at 100,000 for this one here. And again, I think it's gonna take anywhere from 90 to 100K to complete because it looks like needs something. I mean, I've seen homes in like this condition before. Actually, not with like with the drywall, but not with the ceiling. I mean, there's two like so it's like you have all the ceiling being exposed in like I don't know like three different pictures. I think I saw four, maybe
Right.
four. There's one here, so it's gonna. Geez, I mean, I don't know how it got this bad, but I mean, I think at least 100K is gonna be able to renovate everything, and then so like an offer price of like you know 80 to 85, and then for trying to find a buyer at like 95 or 100, that's pretty doable.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah, because I was looking around, like the 250s, 260s ARV that I had, and I was
Mhm.
coming up with, with a lower because I was doing point 0.7. So if you're doing 0.75,
Yeah, you could get away with a 0.75. I mean, point 0.7, I mean, it's definitely a little bit harder to find deals at a point 0.7 and make money off it. But people are buying at like a 25% return. By people I mean, buyers, investors are buying at a 25% return. So that's fine. So it's doable. And you can see that there's at least, you know, there's people around here. I mean, there's new construction builders. Looks like this one was a flip. I didn't look into this one, but because a flip here, this one's a flip here. I can tell. Same with this one here. This one probably I believe so. You can just tell off the front photo. Like if I were to go realtor.com on this one here, and sometimes too you can see the before and after. Um, so I mean, it looks like it has newer windows. They have the big, the updated like lettering. I mean, the big 710 right there. So I mean, you can just tell that's a flipper. You could also look here on this on the sale history. It actually doesn't go back that far, but okay. But like either way, I mean, there's activity. You know what I mean? So like
right, right.
you could get away with a 0.75. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, just see if you could get that done. I will have to. I don't know anybody personally that buys in the Winter Haven area, but like I said, we have access with the investor list. So as long as we have we could see they're just gonna need the comps and everything like that, and then we'll look to see who's bought recently in that area, and then we could just kind of reach out to them like, hey, here's another one, in that same zip code of 33881. Um
Gotcha.
uh but yeah, any other questions that you had, Anthony, on that one, or that's pretty much
No,
it?
no, no. So you were saying no more than a max offer of that 85?
Yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
Cool. But yeah, thank you for taking the time because that was really stumping me. I'm trying to find these properties and now see you in action, like doing different things to get these numbers really helps me instead of just
Yeah.
looking at, certain style of houses, like pulling out and looking at the more of the area and trying to find, compared to the new construction, like, hey, there's new construction around. If, the ARVs hitting the new construction doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
So,
unless, like I said, unless for let's say if all those new constructions that I was looking at, for example, there was like like this and then this one here. Let's say if they're all like let's say roughly 1,200 square feet, and they're selling for at that price, then I could see then maybe us being 500 square feet more, then yeah, we could probably get up right there, if not exactly at that number, what I mean? Because we have the square footage to even though it's like 40 years, 50 years apart, but like, still like, the square footage is gonna be able to help us get close to where that new construction is selling.
Right.
But if
All right.
we're seeing new construction selling, if or square footage wise at our size, then we can't there's no way we could, be at 300,000 reset retail to and we also too we don't have another bathroom. So maybe we could add one. I mean, it depends on the layout and all that kind of stuff, which I don't think would be difficult to add with that type of square footage. But I mean, yeah, like 80, 85, maybe and then trying to find somebody at like, 95, 100, and that should be fine.
All
I
right.
know it's
Perfect. I
kind of like,
appreciate it.
yeah, no worries. And then another thing too, I don't think it's just like weird how it's like sitting. I don't know what. I mean, it's all up to the investor, like how they would want to do it. Like, there's two front doors, or I guess, or maybe this was the garage at one point that they converted. I'm assuming maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Hard to really tell, but it's just like what I don't know. But yeah, I mean, definitely, like, I think 100K could get it done.
All right. Perfect.
Yep,
I'll call the agent and talk to him and let him know.
yep. Mario, I see your hand is up.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop something in the chat for you. This
Oh,
is
you did. Okay, sorry. Let me see. Oh, I
I
didn't.
just dropped it. I just
Oh, you
dropped it
just
just now.
texted that.
Yeah. So this house, I texted an offer, um, of
Okay.
440. They accepted it, but I also talked to the agent, to what she thought I could flip it for,
Hmm.
and she said 720, like anywhere from 710 to 720, you should have no problem. But I'm having trouble finding those comps on Zillow. And she said, and she brought like good address, like she's on the MLS, like she's like, there's a 2-2, roughly some square footage that just sold for 820. She's like, you have more bed, you have two more bedrooms, and the baths are the same. But she goes, if they sold for 820, I don't see why you can't get, or 850 or 820, why
Hmm.
you couldn't sell for 720.
Okay. I will look and see.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Because, like I said, I was looking last night, and like I said, I was like, I went off of that, but then I'm like looking at my comps, like I don't really see it. But even at 440, it's a massive deal. But if that's not my ARV, then I have to go lower than that. I probably have to be under 300, I think.
It's crazy how the values of Charlotte
Or,
have. I
or
mean,
under 4.
sorry to cut you
Those
off, bro.
things are skyrocketing, man.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I have.
I could not believe. I like she like that address she sent me is like literally a 2-2 for did just sold last month for 850 or 820, something like that.
And you
Yeah.
said you already have this under contract?
Yeah,
At
What'd you
four.
get under contract for?
440.
Oh,
Okay.
But
okay.
yeah,
All right. So let me look to see. I'll do 3+, and then I'll do what kind of square footage you have 12. I'll go like 1750, and we'll see what we have in that area in the past 12 months. But yeah, I didn't know Charlotte. I mean, I knew Charlotte was expensive. Everyone's been going, hitting up the Carolinas for relocating.
yeah. And then I have a potential buyer for 485, possibly.
Okay.
So
Um,
that's only 10K under listing, but that's a big payout.
yeah, for sure.
But only if the math is right. So
Yeah, I mean, this is again. I just put the 3+. I mean, I'll do 2+. I'll entertain because I know you said there was that one that was a 2-2, but I'll do 2+ under 1750 square feet within the past 12 months. I mean, we are on what street is this? What street were you? Umstead Street. Where is that? All right, right. We are right over here.
yeah.
So I'll click out one more time and see. This should be a good radius. We'll get like a whole bunch of. All right, so there's a 1.5 over here. I mean, a little bit away. This is a here and then we're over here. I don't know if I really, and then this is what throws me off because how is this maybe just, I don't know. This is 1.1 for a 3-1, 864 square feet, which doesn't make any sense to me. This one is more like, unless, well, 2 beds, 4 baths. I mean, is that correct? I'm not sure. 950 it's sold for. Bungalow. I'm not sure if the bed bath is correct. 2-2, maybe is this what she saw probably?
Yeah,
Eight-
that one that she just seen. Yep, the
Yeah.
875.
Okay, so in retrospect to ours, I mean it's right to the right of ours, I think.
Mhm.
So it's right over here, right here. Um, which is okay. And I mean, wise, I mean, we have a bungalow style. I'm not sure the style of home this is. I don't know if it says it in the listing. It does not. No, it does not. But yeah, looking through the pictures, I mean, you can see, everything's done up from top to bottom. I don't know. They have a little bit of a yard space as well. I don't know if this is I mean, so it's sold for 475 on market and then sold again 4 years later. I don't know if it's just the location that helps. I mean, it doesn't look too crazy. And then we have the 950, 950, good good flip. I'm not sure if it was quote unquote a flip. Let's see. Sold in 2018 for 325, then sold again, 6 years later for 950. Then we have this one here, 835. I mean, it's I guess it's in the eights, definitely in the
Yeah.
eights. Um, I think he would be good. I mean, it's just I didn't think Charlotte again. I didn't think Charlotte was
I
like
didn't, and I, like I said, I was just looking at it and I'm like, what the heck? Like, it's just a little bit crazy.
um yeah, sorry, I was just reading. I had an email that came in. So let's say like I mean I'm just doing 835. I mean,
Mhm.
uh yeah, and we like that shit. I'm just really shocked. But yeah, so I mean this one 3-2, we're a 3-2 as well, or a 4-2, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's say 835 times the 0.75, it brings us to 626. And then with this amount of repairs, I mean, fixing up the stairs, maybe I don't know. I can think you keep the siding the same color.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, fixing up the stairs, porch, flooring, paint, kitchen, bath. I mean, you're looking at like relatively, I would say, between 50 to 60 to
Yeah,
do it.
that's it. Yeah. Yeah,
I'd say we would go on the high side with the 60. I mean, that brings us to
Mhm.
60. I mean, you got plenty of room. So like, I mean, you could, I mean, yeah, I think 60 could definitely get the job done with this.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're pretty much, and then it looks like there's like a new building right beside you too, right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's new construction or not, but I mean, that looks like renovated, like a renovated home.
Yeah. I think she said there was some new construction going around, and there's a bunch of empty lots over there too.
Yeah, I mean, Charlotte is booming. It's crazy. I have some family out there, and it's just from where I think they've been there since my grandparents. They've been there since like 2016, 2017, and it's just like it's just crazy.
Yeah. So you
But they,
think lock it up, get it
you already have
going
it
at
under contract, right?
440?
Yeah. Yeah, so if you already have it under contract for 440, I mean, yeah, you have people. I mean, I think that's a great. I mean, I just don't. I mean,
Unless we're missing something.
I know
Well,
it
and
just
that's and
too
that's
good
the only
to be
reason
true.
I hopped on. But like I said, I just got off the phone with her, and she's
Okay.
like, I have no like, and she's like, and honestly, 720s on the low end. You're gonna have people that are gonna offer above that.
Yeah.
You
Um,
know.
yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could do a little bit more. We could put 80 into it, but I think definitely 60 could get everything done here.
Yeah, and even at 80, it's still.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's still a deal. You have it for
right.
440. Surprised. I mean, they've been on market. I'm not sure how long it's said here.
It's been for like.
140. So like, what was the
Yeah.
reason why they couldn't? I don't know.
Well,
It's
it's an estate, and so it's been on market for so long. But
because
this
it's
is the deal. This is what I go after: stuff that's been on market, and then just shoot an offer, and then
yeah. I hear you.
I mean, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
But
So
I mean, doesn't that just concern just a little bit? If they know that they can get that much, why would they be taking such a low offer?
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
I don't want to be a down person, but it just to
No,
me, it
right,
like,
and that's
yeah, it just seems a little fishy. But I mean, if you stumbled onto a gold mine, I mean, congrats, fuck. I mean, take it.
yeah. Yeah, because I mean, look, this one, yeah, so this one, like, this is a small home, a little bit smaller than yours, but 3-2. I mean, then it's in roughly the same neighborhood, same zip, all that kind of stuff. Because, like, again, the plaza is, I'm not sure if it's like,
I mean,
because this is
even if
this
the
is the
end
main
buyer,
road here.
yeah, even if the end buyer had to dump like even at 80, it's still a deal.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
At the
definitely.
440.
I just don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how. Yeah, if let's say if it's more work than anticipated, even if it's like, instead of 60, it's 80 or close to 100. I mean, that's still a deal. Because I mean, I don't think it goes lower than 800. I mean, this is probably the best comp. I mean, even though it's not the same bungalow style, but we have this one, the 835, and then we also
Yeah,
have 875. Like, even if
yeah.
like, again, I played on the lower end, and even putting like 80K in work, I mean, we're pretty much, it would bring us to like 540, let's say, and then you have it for 440. So, um,
You think you have somebody for 480 or no?
I mean, in that area, I would have to put it on investor lift. So
Okay.
investor lifts, yeah. Me personally, buyer wise, I mean, my buyers are, obviously in the Tampa Bay area, but like with having access to investor lift,
How does
um,
that work? Do I pay for that or how does that work?
no, we have it. So it would be, so it's not my account, and me and Eric won't get our own account until like out come the new year. I don't know if it's like,
Okay.
2 weeks in, but like we would post it on there. And then I would have to share, I would have to split the profit with them. Let's say it's a 60-40 with me using them. So like I would get the 40% of that side. And then
Yeah.
since you already have the contract and stuff like that, it's a 50-50 between that 40% with me and you.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just trying to cover all my boxes. Like I said, I had a guy potentially. It's just verbal at the 485.
Yeah. Yeah, just reach out to me. I mean, I'll put my name in the Discord if that guy ends up not taking it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't see how you can't be able to move this. I mean, I would reach
Yeah.
out to you could always
Yeah.
reach
Like
out.
I said, it's just that was the only thing that I was getting worried about is
Yeah, yeah, it's like
it's
it could be
the
good if you
market's so crazy.
yeah.
And
Um
then yeah. So,
okay.
but
So
that
yeah, so I guess yeah, see what you can do on your end. If at worst comes to worst, if you need me, just let me know. Hopefully you have enough time. Like, I don't know how many days you have on the inspection period to get the money in the sent to the title company, but just let me know, and we could work it, try to get somebody over the weekend if need be.
yeah. So she said she wasn't. So it was a verbal agreement. She's got it written up. Um. So I told her, I said, well, I'm not finding the same stuff you're finding, so like I want to wait. And I just called her. I said, I'll either shoot you a different offer we can write it up and get everything signed, so I can still change the closing date on it and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And typically most people would need like, at least like 2 weeks. I know
Yeah,
Chris is going to play into effect. Obviously everything's going to be closed on the 25th. I think you're good to, if you could probably be still good you could probably be good to close. I would say push it after Christmas, just in
hmm
case, like what day is the 27th or something, like 2 days after. Let's say the
yeah.
20th.
That's kind of what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah, the 27th would be a good date to send to a title company, December
Yeah,
27th. So that gives everybody 2 weeks at least to get their shit
yeah,
in order. Because I know most people are going to be closed from like most everything's closed on the 25th. I don't know if title companies, I think, will still be closed on Christmas Eve too. So that would
yeah.
be, but like 27th that should be good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Like I said, I just wanted to confirm it with you guys because I didn't. I mean, obviously, I didn't think she was just blowing smoke at me, but I was, but then she's like, "Well, I work for the seller, not, and I'm like, well, so I was like, I gotta hop on here and run this
Yeah,
by
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else.
No, no, good. Always good to get a second opinion. But yeah, I
Yeah,
think based on it being located right here, you have a comp 875. Two on that. So I don't know if there's something with the plaza. I'm not sure what.
yeah, with it being so close to there, maybe.
I don't know, but I still think there would be. I mean, I'm trying to find another high comp. I guess there's this one that's not on the plaza, but these two, 875 and 835 are both on there, like right down the road from each other. You have 1721 and then 1733. And then this one here, 725. I mean, it's 1,300 square feet, 3 2. I mean, let's see. This was obviously a flip here. Let me see what they bought it for. Built in 1926. I don't know when we were built. We were built 1995, so a little bit newer. So I think we could squeeze out some more, from that.
Mm,
But they bought it. I don't know if they bought it to. I mean, I don't know. We see 725 is what it sold for 2024. Then 22 years prior to that, it sold for 681, and then 5 years prior to that, it sold for 339. So there's that one, and then trying to look for another one. It's in the sevens or eights, but I'm not seeing anything right now. I still think you would be good. I still think you
yeah,
would.
I was gonna, like I said, I was like, I'll either sent you a lower offer, or we're gonna keep the same, just run with it, and just try and get whatever on it. But if like I said, I talked to the guy, said, hey, I have a deal, rough. This is rough address, with the 720 ARV. And he goes, okay, well, I was like, I'm looking for like probably with the work that it needs. I was like he's like 480, 485. I'm like, it's only 10K under asking price, so I'd probably do like 475 to try and get it to him.
Yeah, because even if worst case scenario, we'll count this as like a 750. Because let's say the plaza, so something about the plaza that we don't know. Let's say we
Mm-hmm.
give because again we were built in 1995. This was built in 1920 something, I think it was. I don't
Mm-hmm.
even know. But and there's another one too on the plaza, 2215 the plaza. But let's say 750. You do 0.75. That brings us to 562. Sorry, and we'll plug in, let's say, 70K in work. That brings us to 492. I mean, there's still room, obviously, but
Right.
yeah, I think you're good, Mario.
All right, man. I will let you know whatever happens if the guy, if my guy goes through with it, which on
Yeah.
this big deal, I don't see why he wouldn't,
Mhm.
honestly.
Yeah.
Because I mean, so there's a couple kids that I have under me that I'm not kids, but um
People
my
like,
old buddy that I'm like, hey, just go through this, get the information, and I'll give you what to send, right?
mhm.
And they're like, they're never gonna accept 440. I'm like, I'm like, you never know.
You never
So I
know.
got on the phone with the agent, and like she was explaining everything to me, and I'm like, all right, this is my offer, 440, and they're like, okay. And then the next day, she's like, oh, they accepted it. Due diligence, what's the due diligence fee and all this stuff? And I'm like, and I was like $500, and they're like, oh, we'll take 1,000.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
Typically, you always want to do typically like 1.5 or 2% of the purchase price. So like 500 is
mm,
low. So in the future, like for like any, let's think about it like this way, like if it's a $200,000 home, I mean an offer of like 15 or sorry, EMD of 1,500 to 2,000 is not bad. Even 1,000, you could do like 1,000 to 2,000 on like a 200,000. So let's say we'll double it. So it's a $400,000 home. We'll think an offer of 3 to 5 grand EMD would be fine.
right, right.
So 500 is always relatively kind of like they don't
Well,
have
and I was honestly shocked that they even accepted, and then they just turned it up to 1,000. I was just like, if that's the only thing stopping this thing, like, I don't care.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, well, yeah, that sounds good. Just keep me posted. Hopefully it goes well. I mean, I don't see how this could go wrong. Even if it does go wrong and the ARV is like 100K off, I think it's still you still have room for sure.
Yeah, yep. All right, man. Thanks.
No worries. Let's see. Any questions on that, guys, about me comping it and all that kind of stuff, or questions on how to talk to an agent when presenting an offer or anything else?
Now, now
Go-
say what's happened, like if you're comping this and say comped it wrong, and you say like perhaps like what he's doing, not like saying he's doing it wrong, but I'm saying he goes in there and he comps it wrong and he finds out that what he offers he can't, potentially get any buyers, and he's already had it under contract. What happens at that point?
So
Like
at
if you
that
try
point,
to shop
try to
out,
see if you could get any. I mean, let's say he comps it wrong. Let's see if see try at. I would try to see if you could get anybody in there. You know what I mean, and get an offer from somebody regarding it, or even if you do know a few people like that you've done business before with, and they say like, oh look, I'm not gonna waste my time. I typically need to be here. So just try to get it. I would try to get a number at least if you calculated it wrong. And then present that to the agent. But I would hope that you could get somebody in at least to see it, so exactly they're confident and they're not just telling you on the phone like, oh yeah, you like I ARV's 150K off. I mean, typically I would buy a home like this at like 300,000. I'm just making up numbers here. About at 300,000, but the person didn't see it yet. You know what I mean? So it's like, you don't want to say that to the agent and then be like, okay, so you're good then at that price. Like you want to get somebody in there at least, which could sometimes, in my experience, could be difficult because if you mess up the numbers, I mean, they're not, if if the buyers know the area, you know what I mean? They know what they're buying. So, it's not gonna,
right?
it's not gonna catch their eye like, oh, a property right by Parkwood Avenue, like they're asking this much. There's no way I'm not gonna even waste my time. So there could be that that could go south. But I mean, if that situation happened, I mean, I'll just try to get somebody in there at least to see it, to get a solid number. Um,
Well,
but
the reason why I asked this question is the house that you comped me, and you said that, keep it like 80 to 85, and maybe we can find a buyer at 100.
mhm.
So I got off the phone real quick and put you guys on mute and talked to the agent. He said the agent himself said that the seller would take no less than 100,000 for the home himself. So
Mm.
he's at 129. He would take no less than 100.
Yeah. That's I don't know. I wouldn't, because even if let's say at 100, I mean, trying to get somebody at one, I just don't see it happening. I think it'd be better. It will be a better deal, and I could guarantee you somebody at a lower price, like we gotta be at least like 15K lower to make this happen. And I mean, it's been sitting for a little bit, so I mean, I don't, I just those types of situations, like when if I'm dealt with if properties in that same area, I would call one of my guys who I've done business with before and then be like, hey, look, where do you typically need to be? They'll tell me how it is because they trust me. I've given them deals before. But we don't have that to in the back of our pocket here. So
Hmm.
just gotta be safe. And I would say, 85 would be fine. Trying to find somebody at 90, 95, we could try that. And then I don't think that would be a problem. It's just that I don't know. It's just I just don't want to just stay firm with your offer. I don't know if you offered 80 or 85. Just stay firm with that, and just follow up with them. They might come around tomorrow, or sometime next week. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
you could.
I got him. I told him, I said, hey, 80, I can go. I said, he's like, well, the guy told me, he's like, I can't go any lower than 100.
Yeah. Just you just gotta tell them that like, hey, look, I mean, ARV is not because I think you were saying his ARV was kind of hot on the higher side. So like, hey, look, ARV is not really, I'm not really seeing that. Like, I feel more conservative, sticking to 250, and then also too like this home needs everything. I mean, this is a lot's going wrong. I mean, it could easily be a six-figure project, So like,
Right.
for me to be comfortable and not, um and not it's better to overestimate than underestimate, because then you're underwater in a sense.
Gotcha.
I just got to present that to the agent, and then we got to hope that he reiterates that to the seller and be like, and him be like, okay, well, I guess 85, 80 or whatever is not that bad. And and you could also say like, hey, look, I could cover seller's closing costs. And that when you say you could cover seller's closing costs, just, you have to specify just the title. This is the title company costs, the closing fees, not the seller commission, all that type of stuff.
Gotcha. And
Um,
then, so like, I've heard of some cases people do change the prices during the inspection period.
yeah, that does happen, correct. But I mean, it's always hard to try to ask for that after the fact. You know what I mean? I've done that before. Like, let's say we contracted it at 100K, you had people see it, they're coming back at 90,000. Then you have to be like, okay, you can't be, at 90, or you can't be at
Right.
100 anymore. You have to be lower, so 85, whatever you can to make a fee. So like there's that, but some cases some sellers aren't willing to do that. You could take a risk, and you could always back out no matter what, like if you have the inspection period. But I always like being right on my number the first time, so I don't have to go back 3 days later, like, hey, look, guys, I messed up.
Gotcha. Gotcha. No, yeah, I just wanted to see what avenues, because I don't want to go there and start stressing and like, foul everything up and just like,
Yeah,
uh, that just puts more stress on me when I'm trying to do something, and then I don't want
exactly.
to get that way again and have it be a trend.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah,
I
but
get you.
but thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, of course, of course. Any other questions, guys? Anything else you guys have pertaining to what I just shared? If you guys have anything else, just let me know. You can send the address over, or any other generic or whatever, real estate questions that you guys have, or have experience with, sellers, agents, title companies.
Question. I posted two this week. Any update on them? Like any update at all?
Yeah, hold on, let me see check the ClickUp thing. I know Eric's been handling that. I mean, I just had I'm just waiting for it to load. Hold on, I'm still waiting for it to load, and then I'll ask for the address. All right, let's see. Shared 66. Okay, what's the is the search tab working now? Come on. All right, what's the address?
We got two. We got 1330 East 6th Street, Bethlehem.
Oh, was that the one that was listed for 85?
Yeah, and then we got another one,
Okay.
1611 Spring Street.
Oh, okay, so the one on Bethlehem, I've been working a little bit too. So I have to right now, because I don't know if were you with Xander on that? Because I know Xander brought it to my attention, that address.
No.
No, okay. All right, well, perfect. All right. So basically, for that one, I was telling Xander, so like we have they they're close to accepting the offer at 85 from us, but they want somebody from our team to see it first before they seller accepts. So I'm calling one of our guys. His name is Syed. I'm gonna call him after this Zoom meeting here, and see. I mean, actually, I'll just call him now and see if he'll be interested. We need somebody. The person that we were gonna send yesterday, she got sick. Christine is her name. She got sick. She's an agent, but she also buys in the Lehigh Valley area. But yeah, she got sick yesterday and wasn't able to make it. So let me see if I'm trying to see if I could get maybe Syed or like Dan or somebody, like, I have like three guys out there that I've done business with before, that would probably most likely buy this one here. So let me I'll call, and I'll call right now and find out for you. And then what was the second one, Carlos?
Second one is 1611 Spring Street, Bethlehem.
1611 Spring Street. Okay. Um, all right, so Eric's notes on December 11th, 2:15 p.m. was saying too high in price. So I don't know what it was here price wise. Oh, I know I see your notes here. I offer to 10 cash, seller financing, house needs regular work. Um Also here, agent didn't tell me much about the seller's situation. Yeah, I don't know if Eric had another number, but he basically he said way too high in price was his last notes on that date. I would have to run my I'll have to run it and see. I know you said it says here that you offer 210. I'm not sure. Eric didn't say where you have to be.
Yeah,
He
it's definitely high, but I figured for seller finance, it might be, I don't know, good enough, but it's definitely high.
All right, I'll get some more information from Eric on that one to let you know. Let me just make a note of that address. But yeah, I'm sorry that he only just said that about it, so I don't really have anything else to say. But yeah, he that was what's the 13th today? Oh, it's Friday the 13th. So yeah, so 2 days ago, so Wednesday is when he last touched it.
So is this through the partnership program?
Yeah, this is through the partnership program.
So if we don't hear anything back, that basically means that it's just long gone.
I don't know how Eric's playing that. I don't know if what he's like. Obviously here he didn't reach out to Carlos to let him know. So like I mean I don't know if he just forgot or I don't know. I gotta ask him like, what was like, did you I don't know because I typically you should hear back if it's how it's transitioning, if it's in negotiation, if it's still a follow-up for us or for him, I guess, all that kind of stuff. But he didn't have anything. He just basically just said too high in price. So like Carlos had no idea. So like I gotta let Eric know to give the person who submits the lead or whatever to give him an update. So there's no like
Or we can erase it from our folder.
yeah.
Right, but my thing is like if we don't hear anything, that means there's no deal.
Well, I don't know. It's not necessary. I don't know how Eric usually does it. I know he just started this, so like I don't know. Typically, is if it's just if you don't hear anything, that's just nothing. It's dead. I don't know if that's how it's going to be played out. I have to find that out to let you guys know. But usually could always. I mean, I know I'm a little bit more responsive than Eric. I know he has a whole bunch of people reaching out to him. So like if you guys have any
Oh, I bet. I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
So if you guys have any questions, I mean, I have access to the it's called ClickUp where all the stuff is being sent to from the partnership. So I could see all the leads that came in recently. Like I know within the past like day or two there's 16 new leads. In total there's 66 from the partnership. So I could see right now how many new leads came in, how many are still in negotiation, how many are follow-ups, how many are contracts sent, how many are offers not accepted, how many are under contract, all that type of stuff.
Okay.
So it's
All right. Perfect.
1332 people. Did somebody else send you guys that?
One more time.
1330, the house I told you in Bethlehem. E60. Is that me and somebody else or?
Yeah, and I didn't know that you were on this one too. But like I mean either way, I mean we will work that out to because again both parties reached out about the same address since it's obviously on market, you know what I mean? So
Oh yeah. I was watching Eric. He was on TikTok earlier, and I remember him mentioning his address, and he had somebody else that he had just called, and then he came up on through this one again. So there's two people on this Bethlehem address.
yeah, so it's Xander, I guess, and then and Carlos. So
Yeah.
but like again Carlos, I could call let me call I got like three people I can reach out to, but I'll see. Pretty much right now, the agent is not accepting any offer from us. They're close to signing with us at the asking, but seller doesn't want to commit to us if we haven't seen it yet. So that's kind of where we're at. So as of yesterday at like, I was with Eric around like 7 or 8 o'clock. So as like, around like 8-ish, let's say. That's the last that we heard from this agent. But let me call his name's Syed. He's bought for me before. He has like 20 something homes in the Lehigh Valley area. I don't think Bethlehem might be too far from him. He's more so like Allentown, and I mean, he's still. I mean, it's just if it's a deal, he buys in the Valley, but
That's
mostly,
not far. That's like
yeah,
probably
yeah,
20.
no, I know it's not far at all, but I know most of his stuff. But regardless, I have him, I have like Chad, I have Dan. So like I could call these all these people and see to get you somebody. But I was gonna do that already at 12. He might not answer here. So if not, if that's not the case, or if that is the case, then I'll call Chad next.
Your call has been forwarded.
All right, let me call Chad. Chad actually lives in Bethlehem, so I don't know exactly whereabouts, but I mean Bethlehem is. Hey Chad, how you doing? Good. I was working on this one lead over in Bethlehem. You're still looking for like a flip, right?
Yeah.
It's
Is this
it's
a new one or one I've heard about?
it's probably one you heard about. It's on market, 1330 East 6th Street. But yeah,
Is it 85,000?
yeah, that 85,000 one.
I looked at it. I mean, I didn't look at it. I saw it come up. Was it pretty rough?
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I would say you could probably sell it for about 220 when it's all said and done, but obviously you
All these any ones. Thank you. That one don't matter. They're all the same. Hold on, true.
yeah, you're fine, you're fine.
Let me. Yeah, I didn't look at it because I was like, well, if I'm gonna do a flip, I want it to be an easy one. And I just assumed it would have like wise on shit. Like everybody, there's nothing that low. So I was like, oh, people are gonna go crazy for it. So I
Yeah.
was just like,
Right
I didn't even
now,
bother.
right now for this one, the agent, I haven't spoken to the agent personally, but one of my guys has. And so Desiree's pretty much saying that like, you know, they're close to accepting our offer, but seller wants to make sure that someone from our team sees it prior to them signing. So
Like just another option.
one more time.
Like another option, like you're saying, someone from
No, so like
guys?
yeah, so like we basically have I'm about to get the agreement, but we can't get it unless somebody from our team sees it. So like let's say if you were able to see it, you know, and then you know make I guess your offer from there. They just won't sign with us at the 85,000, unless you know because obviously we don't all live in Bethlehem or close to Bethlehem to see it in person.
So you're saying if I look at it and offer 85,000, I'll get it, or
You would
lower?
well, we would want to be a little like you know at maybe 95 from you.
Okay. Let me look at the like I'm not gonna be home until from here. I'm gonna grab lunch, then I have to go to Home Depot, then I have to drop the materials off. I think I'm gonna be home like at 2:30. Can you just text? I'm not gonna open the text. Text me the address, and I'll just look and see if it's something if I want to deal with.
Okay.
I've been looking for a flip, and not that I wouldn't take one that's good. I've been trying to get ones that I don't get stuck in, like after Allen Street.
Yeah.
It just took so long, like 11 months, I make straighten me up. So I've been trying to get, like, I have two right now that are almost done, and those were, I would say, mid. Like, I bought them both in August, and they're both going to be done this month. Then I'll probably just wait till January to list them. So I'm just trying to get like an easier one, and I got one on an Allentown now that is an easier one. I'm literally gonna clean it out, put a roof on it, paint it, and I'm done. Like that's like I could be, assuming the roofer can get there soon. That could be done in less than a month. That's like ideal, just so I can keep it moving.
Yeah, I
So,
hear you.
not that I wouldn't do this one, but if it's gonna be like a 7-month project, I probably wouldn't care. I probably would have won it.
Okay. All right, no worries. I was still
Just give me the address. That's what I need to look at. I'll look in today.
okay. Sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. So I know like one of the deals I sent to him, it was like, you know, I think he closed on it like in like I want to say like March of this year, and then he didn't finally sell it until like December. So like it was a long process because of it was pretty much something kind of like this. You know, just long, you know, like 80K project, you know, just in repairs and all that kind of stuff. So, and then obviously listing on the market, listing it, you know, and trying to find, you know, like a husband wife type of situation. But I'm texting them right now the address. I could call like another guy. His name's Dan. Does flips out in the valley. I know, Carlos, I did see your message regarding you seeing it. I mean, worst scenario that could work, but again, like, my thing is just like I rather have somebody like, capable
That's
of
gonna buy
like,
it.
yeah, buying it right then and there, so you don't have to, say like, oh wait, we need somebody else to go see it too, like, East 6th Street. All right, let me call Dan right now. I know I think from when I last spoke to him over the phone, he's still looking for a flip. So he's a agent too. So same with Chad, like, they're both agents. They buy the home and then they list them, with them as themselves. So they could save on the commission costs and all that kind of stuff. Let's see if Dan answers.
Hello.
Hey Dan, how you doing?
A long time no hear, buddy. What's up?
Yeah, nothing much. I'm still trying to get I've been more so focused on the Florida market down by me, but one of my guys has a deal out in Bethlehem that they're working on getting, but pretty much it's at a standstill because agent needs somebody from our team to go to see it, in person before they accept our offer. But it's a listing that's on market.
The listing on market.
Yeah, it's on. I think it's in Southside Bethlehem. It's probably you've seen it too. I don't know, but 1330 East 6th Street. Um, it's listed for 85.
Oh yeah, I remember. I think that just came on the market, didn't it?
3 days ago, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So like I don't. So I was saying, I don't know if would that be something that you might be interested in? I'm asking, or yeah.
What's it look like?
There's no interior photos. It's just like a yellow home, looks like 2 floors, I mean, it's a weird style. I mean, it's not like a row home or anything like that. There's no, yeah, and there's no interior photos. Just a 3-1, 1100 square feet.
I mean, we'd have to look at it and see, like
I
they don't have it wrapped up yet.
No, they're kind of like, they're at the cusp of accepting our offer. We were just gonna offer the asking price at 85 and then try to sell it for a little more than that. But I think back end, probably like around 220 in work.
What about 220?
I think a 220 in work could is what it could sell for when it's all said and done.
Okay. I'll check it out. I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if it's not something for you, I mean, we could still try to cut you in on the deal if you just end up seeing it on our behalf, I guess, because that's more so what we need. We need somebody, with boots, obviously boots on the ground, to look at it and go from there, so we could get our offer accepted for the 85.
What's the address?
1330 East 6th Street.
Yeah. I think my wife actually said this.
Okay. Then she probably knows. She probably knows it's a good deal.
I'll let you know. Okay?
Yeah, I'll text you the address just in case you forget. Yep. Alrighty. Yeah, so I'll keep you posted on that, Carlos. But I think Dan's walked properties for me before, even though he doesn't buy, like, so let's say if it's same with Chad too. Like, let's say if it's something that they don't want, like if I really, let's say because most of the times I deal directly with the seller. So like, it's not on the market or anything like that. But like, there's been times where I use them, to maybe just give them. Sometimes I do it for free, but there are times where I just pay them like, like 20 or maybe $50 to go walk the property for me, meet the seller, all that type of thing. And then, then the seller's comfortable, like, okay, you guys seen it? Yeah, awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then we're good to go. But yeah, so I'll keep you posted if either Chad or Dan can see it today.
And how would it work between splitting it between three of us?
We would have to split it between you guys. Let me. I would have to ask. I would have to ask Eric. What I don't want to speak on his behalf.
Carlos, you got a Target gift card.
What? Wait, what?
No, he was asking about his split. I said he just gets a Target gift card.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that works a lot.
But yeah, I'll ask. I'll ask Eric. Let me see. Eric, are you still there? I know you have the Zoom coming up. Can you hear me? Let me just try calling him right now. I don't know if he just put, because I think he has his Zoom coming up at 12:15 because we both share the same business's account. But let me try. I'll call him right now, see if he answers. I'm just curious because I mean that's obviously the first time that's happened where both people send the same address in the partnership. Yeah, all right. Sorry, I was calling in regards to the partnership thing. I had this, so I know Xander was pretty much contacting you about this East 6th Street property in Bethlehem. Carlos from Discord sent that same deal too.
This is deal.
Okay, gotcha.
It's Carlos's, but Xander sent it as well through the partnership program. So the way it's going to work is they'll still get the same split as if it was their own deal. And then us will just take the haircut on what we make.
Okay, sounds good. Just wanted to make sure like how we were gonna do that. Do you hear that? Did you?
Yeah, they'll still get both of them. We'll see the 15%.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much it. And then you have the Zoom coming up right after mine, right?
Yeah, right now.
Okay. All right. You got to push your things. Sometimes mine exceeds 12, so you got to maybe push it to 12:30, and then we don't have this conflict.
You told me to push it to 12:15.
All right. Well, I need more time. I started late. I'm sorry.
Good. We could work on that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll get off here soon, and then you could host the meeting.
Bro.
All right. Yep.
See ya.
Later. All right. And then one last thing. So did you hear that, Carlos?
Yeah, that's fine. Just let
Okay.
me know if you guys need anything from me.
Yeah. I'll keep you posted on what.
That's cool, Carlos. You guys don't have to make that extra split. That's really cool.
That's actually amazing. That's crazy.
Yeah. Thank you guys, Eric and Terrell. That's awesome for you guys. Thank you guys.
And then also, let's see, one last thing with Joe. And he's back from the short seller guy. Okay, let me I'll call Lisa right now. I'm gonna end the Zoom now so to not hold Eric up.
Yeah, that works.
I'll call Lisa right now to see if she heard back from him. And then give you an update, okay?
Okay, thank you so much,
guys.
All right, yeah. If you guys need me, I'll put my name in Discord again. Just reach out to me, for regarding any updates or any questions regarding deals that you guys are working or deals that you guys are sent to the program or whatever. But yeah, I'll get back to it. I'll let you guys have a good rest of your Friday, good rest of your weekend, and stay safe, everybody.
All right, thank you. You too.
Care.
Yep.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.